Hello, my friends, and welcome to Kurt Berglund's Baseball World. Today, we're continuing our tour through the 1950s Strat-O-Matic Diamond Gems set. Right there. Got a bunch of the other games on the channel for you to check out. And today, we are in New York. We're at Yankee Stadium today, where the 1956 New York Yankees, the Bronx Bombers, are going to be taking on the 1954 Cleveland Indians. Going to be a good one. The pitching matchup alone is worth the price of admission. Whitey Ford, the chairman of the board, the left-hander on the mound for the Yankees, and he'll be opposed by right-hander Bob Lemon for the Cleveland Indians, a 23-game winner. In 1954, Whitey Ford won 19 in 1956. So we got a good one. A couple of Hall of Famers on the bump. So with no further ado, let's get to today's starting lineup. In the description for this video is a link to channel membership. With channel membership, you get a lot more of this insanity. You get access to members-only exclusive videos. You get a free gift from me every month, and you get pretty deep discounts on the secondary store. $10 off per set, $2 off per team. So check that out. That link is in the description for the video. Okay, time for batting orders. Let's get to it. For the visiting Cleveland Indians, it's Al Smith leading off in left field. Bobby Avila batting second at second base. Batting third in center field, it's Larry Doby. Batting fourth, first baseman Al Rosen. Batting fifth, right fielder Dave Philly. Batting sixth, third baseman Rudy Regalado. Batting seventh, shortstop George Strickland. And batting eighth, catcher Jim Hegan. On the mound, it's Bob Lemon. And the future White Sox and Yankees manager was 23-7 in 1954. with a 2.72 earned run average. All right, for the homestanding Bronx Bombers, Hank Bauer leads off in right field. Norm Seaburn bats second and left. Mickey Mantle bats third in center field. Yogi Berra bats fourth. He will catch. Bill Skowron bats fifth at first base. Gil McDougald bats sixth at short. Billy Martin bats seventh. He'll play second base. And Andy Carey bats eighth. He's at third. On the mound, Whitey Ford. And Whitey in 1956 was 19-6 with a 2.47 earned run average. Ballpark facts for the Yankee Stadium. Singles on 8 and 8 for lefty and righty batters. Home runs on 13 and 11 for lefties, 13. And varieties, just a 1, not an 11. I can read, don't you worry. A right-handed batter on a 1. Al Smith leading it off. Here we go against Whitey Ford. And the delivery from Ford, as I put on the right glasses, is bounced to first. That's Bill Skowron. I know who that is. It's Moose. And that is going to be... he's going to make the play unassisted. Proud number 1. Look at Moose's fancy footwork here in the top of the first. 1 down for Cleveland, and here comes Bobby Avila. Whitey Ford kicks and deals to Avila, and I struck him out. Got him with some upstairs cheese. Whitey feeling the muscle today. And there's 2 down in the Cleveland first. That'll bring up Larry Doby. Ford winds and delivers, and Doby hits it to right and deep. Back goes Hank Bauer, warning track, wall, and it's gone. 1-0 Cleveland in the top of the first. Al Rosen comes to the plate, and there's 2 outs. Ford deals to him, and it's a comeback. Oh, no, it's not. It's a strike 3 called. Home plate umpire Stevie Wonder rings up the sometime third baseman, sometime first baseman for those 54 Indians, and that'll end the first. But in the first, Cleveland gets a run on the Doby homer. We go to the bottom of one. It's Cleveland 1 and the Yankees coming to bat. Hank Bauer up, then Norm Seaburn, then Mickey Mantle as I throw dice all over the room. The pitch is a tapper to third. Regalado charges, bare hands, throws, and they get Hank Bauer at first by a step. Here's Norm Seaburn. Lemon kicks and deals to Seaburn, and he struck him out on a bender. Bob Lemon had all the pitches, and he's using them there against the youngster Norm Seaburn. Now it's Mickey Mantle in his favorite year, 1956. Lemon winds and delivers, and Mantle draws a 2-out walk. Yogi comes to the plate. It's not normal depth for the Cleveland infield. Lemon the stretch, and the pitch to the Yankee backstop is hit to Regalado at third. And that one takes a funny hop. Regalado, let's double check his error number. And it's off Regalado's glove. They're going to give Yogi an infield hit. And going to third with the good wheels is Mickey Mantle. There's Yankees at the corners with 2 outs now, and Skowron comes to the plate. Gil McDougald would be next. Bob Lemon, the stretch and the delivery, is hit to Regalado at third. He's going to go the short way to Bobby Avila at second for the force, and that'll retire the Bronx Bombers in inning number 1. The Yankees get a couple of base runners, but leave them both. We go to the second. It's Cleveland 1 and New York 0. Dave Philly, Rudy Regalado, and George Strickland coming up in the Cleveland second inning. Whitey Ford winds and deals and strikes out Philly. Third strikeout for Whitey. 1 gone in the Cleveland second, and Rudy Regalado comes to the plate. Ford winds and deals, and he strikes out Regalado. Now, I don't want to tell you the 54 Indians are like the 27 Yankees, but Ford has struck out 4 of the last 5 batters. Here's George Strickland. Whitey kicks and deals, and this one, Strickland puts a charge into it to left and deep. Back goes Norm Seaburn, but he's got room and makes the catch for out number 3. One more biscuit for breakfast, and George Strickland rides that one out of here, but no. 1.5 in the books, and it's the Indians 1 and the Yankees 0. McDougald, Billy Martin, and third baseman, oh my gosh, I'm vapor locking on his name, Andy Carey, that's it. And Bob Lemon deals. Base hit for McDougald to center. Larry Doby collects it and throws it back in. Billy Martin will come to the plate. A lot of options here for Casey Stengel. And I think they're going to put McDougald in motion. The stretch by Lemon, and there goes Gill, and the hit and run is on. Billy Martin takes a whack at that one. And I don't believe McDougald would be held. No, he wouldn't be. And so it's going to be a bouncing ball. To short. Strickland is going to go to Avila for 1. The relay to Al Rosen is late. Billy Martin beats the rap at first. So McDougald is retired 6-4, even though the runner was moving. And Martin's safe at first. Here is Andy Carey, and we're going to do it again. They're going to start the runners. The pitch, there goes Martin. And that is swung on by Andy Carey and hit to Avila at second. Bobby Avila, that's going to get through. That's going to get by him into right field. Billy Martin around second, heading to third. The hit and run works. And Whitey Ford comes to the plate with Yankees at the corners. In the bottom of the second, only one out. The Indians are going to play in at the corners. The pitch to Whitey. He is not bunting, and this one is hit to Regalado at third. Rudy Regalado. Boy, he boxes this one, knocks it down, but has no play. Whitey Ford beats it out for an infield hit. Martin scores from third. We're tied at 1, and Carey advances to second on the infield hit. Rudy Regalado having all kinds of trouble out there in the field today. Here's Hank Bauer. Bob Lemon the stretch. Bauer's 0 for 1. The pitch is swung on and hit to Strickland. Strickland goes to Avila for 1. The relay to Al Rosen is in time for a rally-killing, soul-crushing, and inning-ending 6-4-3 double play turned by the Indians. The Yankees have to settle for a run on 3 hits. And they leave 1, and we go to the third, and your score is the Indians 1 and the Yankees 1. Well, we're back to even. Whitey Ford will face Jim Hegan, Bob Lemon, and Al Smith in the Indians' third inning. Whitey kicks and deals. Swung on by Hegan and hit to Carey at third. He gloves it by the bag and fires across the diamond to Bill Skowron for out number 1. Bob Lemon up there now. Good hitter. Used as a pinch hitter many times over his career. The pitch. Ground ball hit to Carey at third one more time. He gloves it to his left, plants and fires to Skowron for out number 2. Here's Al Smith. Bobby Avila would be next. The pitch to Smith is swung on and hit to short. Gil McDougald charges, throws on the run, and that'll retire the Indians in inning number 3. We've played 2.5. And your score is Cleveland 1 and New York 1. Bob Lemon will face Seaburn, Mantle, and Berra in the Yankee third inning. Bob Lemon winds and deals, and ball 4. Stevie Wonder calls that one outside, and Seaburn trots down to first. Here is Mickey Mantle. Bob Lemon the stretch, and the pitch to the Mick is a base hit for Mantle. This one is going to get into right center field. Doby cuts it off. He whirls and throws. Seaburn on the way to third. Mantle on the way to second. He's got a sliding double. Yankees have 2 in scoring position with nobody out here in the third, and here's Yogi. Cleveland infield is going to play back for the moment. The pitch by Lemon to Yogi is a ground ball to Avila. Diving stop. He knocks it down, but no play. Scoring from third is Seaburn. Going to third is Mantle, and safe at first is Yogi Berra. 2-1 Yankees here in the bottom of the third. Still nobody out. The Indians are going to play the corners in the middle of the infield at double play depth. The stretch by Lemon, and the pitch to Moose Skowron is a fly ball hit to left. Al Smith over by the foul line is going to make the catch. Mickey Mantle trots home. The throw comes into second, and it's 3-1 Yankees here in the third. A sacrifice fly by Skowron adds to the Yankee lead. Here's Gil McDougald. Lemon the stretch. Berra still at first. The pitch is a line drive caught by George Strickland. Berra scrambles back to first base, and there's 2 outs now, and Billy Martin comes to the plate. Andy Carey on deck. The stretch by Lemon and the pitch to Billy the Kid. Popped him up. This wouldn't be a home run in a phone booth. George Strickland in short left field is under it and makes the catch for out number 3. But in the third, the Yankees get a couple of runs on 2 hits. They leave 1. We go to the 4th. And your score is New York 3 and Cleveland 1. Bobby Avila, Larry Doby, and Al Rosen, 2-3-4, coming to the plate in inning number 4. The wind and the delivery by Whitey Ford is swung on by Avila and smacked into center. It'll drop in front of Mickey Mantle. Avila is aboard with a leadoff single. And now the Indians have some options here. Larry Doby comes to the plate. The stretch by Ford and the delivery to Doby. Avila is not going, and he struck him out. Strikeout number 5 for Whitey. 1 down in the Cleveland Indians' 4th inning. Avila still at first. Al Rosen comes to the plate. He's 0 for 1. The stretch by Whitey and the pitch to Rosen. Line drive, base hit to center. Around second is Avila. He's heading to third. And the Indians have something going here in the 4th. They've got runners at the corners with 1 out. And Dave Philly coming to the plate. Yankees going to play the infield at double play depth. The stretch by Ford and the delivery to Philly. He struck him out. He got him on a bender and gave him the old jelly leg. 2 down in the 4th. Rudy Regalado has had a tough day in the field. He's looking to make amends with a base hit here. The stretch by Ford and the pitch to Regalado. He hit him. Whitey Ford just drilled Rudy Regalado. Stevie Wonder points down to first base, and the bases are dripping with Indians now, and George Strickland comes to the plate. Jim Hegan would be next. The stretch by Ford and the pitch to Strickland is drilled to left and deep. Do we have a granny? Seaburn back, warning track, and that's as far as it goes. It lands in Norm Seaburn's glove for out number 3. Death Valley in the Bronx. We go to the bottom of the 4th, and your score is New York 3 and Cleveland 1. Bob Lemon will face Andy Carey, Whitey Ford, and Hank Bauer in the 4th. 8-9-1 for the Yankees. The pitch. And Andy Carey lifts this one to center. Larry Doby back a few steps, but he's got room and makes the catch for out number 1. Whitey Ford comes to the plate. Lemon kicks and delivers to Whitey, and struck him out. Whitey can't catch up to the cheese. Second strikeout for the Indians' right-hander, and now Hank Bauer comes up with nobody on. Seaburn would be next. The pitch by Lemon is a base hit for Hank Bauer. Larry Doby collects it and gets it back in, and Norm Seaburn will bat. Now Mickey Mantle would be next. Lemon the stretch and the pitch. And struck out Seaburn, and that will retire the side. So Bob Lemon recovers after a shaky third to put up a donut in the Yankee 4th. We go to the 5th, and your score is the Yankees 3 and the Indians 1. Whitey Ford will face Jim Hegan, Bob Lemon, and Al Smith in the Indians' 5th. They left him loaded in the 4th. The pitch is ball 4 to Jim Hegan. He'll trot down to first base. Now an interesting decision for the Indians because Bob Lemon can hit a little bit, or you could have him bunt. The stretch by Whitey Ford with Hegan at first. And the delivery to Bob Lemon, and he does indeed square to bunt and fouls the second one off. The count now goes to 1-2. Well, let's see what they do here. Hegan the first, nobody out. The stretch by Ford and the pitch to Lemon. He's not bunting, and there's a base hit to center. Stopping at second is Hegan. There are 2 on for the Indians with nobody out in the 5th. And Al Smith comes to the plate. Well, let's see what they do. The stretch by Ford. He checks the base runners. The delivery, Al Smith squares to bunt. And he gets it down. It is bunted to Andy Carey, and he's going to make the play to Skowron. For out number 1, the base runners move up 90 feet. Hegan to third, Lemon to second, and Bobby Avila comes to the plate. Yankee infield playing back. They'll concede a run here. Larry Doby on deck. The pitch by Ford and the delivery to Avila. Ground ball to short. Gobbled up by McDougald. He's going to throw to Bill Skowron for out number 2. Scoring from third is Hegan. Holding at second is Lemon. 3-2 ball game, and here's Larry Doby. Ford the stretch, and the pitch to Doby is a base hit to center for Doby. A clean shot to center. Mantle fields it on a hop. He fires home. The throw is cut off by Skowron. Lemon scores the tying run, and we're knotted up at 3. Larry Doby with 2 hits and 2 ribbies in this game, and we got a 3-3 game in the top of the 5th. Al Rosen comes to the plate. Ford the stretch, and the pitch to the Cleveland first sacker is bounced to Carey at third. He's going to go the short way to Billy Martin at second, and that'll retire the Indians in the 5th. But in the 5th, the Indians tie it up with a couple of runs on 2 hits. They leave 1. We're halfway through this one, and we've decided nothing. Your score is Cleveland 3 and New York 3. In the New York 5th, it's Mantle, Berra, and Skowron as they look to take their lead back. Lemon winds and deals to Mickey Mantle, and hey, struck him out. Lemon with his 4th strikeout on the day and 3 in his last 4 hitters. Berra's 2 for 2. He comes up there now. Lemon winds and delivers to Yogi, and it's hit to center on a line. Larry Doby on the run. He makes a nice running catch for out number 2. Bill Skowron comes to the plate. He's 0 for 1 with a sac fly. Lemon kicks and delivers, and it's popped up. George Strickland in short center field is going to make this catch for out number 3. That is Bob Lemon's first 1-2-3 inning in this ball game. We've played 5, and we're tied. It's Cleveland 3, New York 3. We got a good one in the Bronx. Philly, Regalado, and Strickland coming up in the Cleveland 6th inning. The wind and the delivery by Whitey Ford is ball 4 to Dave Philly. Philly had struck out twice in 2 trips previously, and here is Regalado. Rudy the stretch and the delivery, Ford the stretch and the pitch to Rudy. And Rudy Regalado fouls off a bunt. So now what do? Let's see if they keep it on. Philly at first, the stretch by Ford. Regalado is not bunting. Instead, he is striking out. Stevie Wonder rings him up on a check swing. Stevie says he went around. That is strikeout number 7 for Rudy Regalado, and George Strickland comes to the plate. He's got a pair of flyouts to Seaburn on his ledger today. Ford the stretch, and the pitch to George is a bouncing ball to Bill Skowron. He gloves it to his right. He's going to feed Ford covering, and that will retire Strickland as Dave Philly moves to second base with 2 outs. And now the Yankees have a decision to make. They can walk Hegan with first base open and go after Lemon, or they can just thank their lucky stars that Jim Hegan is coming to the plate, and that's what they're going to do, and pitch to him. Ford the stretch, and the delivery to Hegan is a fly ball to center. Mickey Mantle is going to catch this one, and that will retire the Indians in the 6th. After 5.5, your score is Cleveland 3 and New York 3. Bob Lemon will face McDougald, Martin, and Carey, which has nothing to do with Abraham, Martin, and John. That's just a ugly rumor. The pitch by Lemon and the delivery to McDougald, and a base hit to right field. Drops in front of Dave Philly. Leadoff man aboard for the Bombers, and here is Billy Martin. The stretch by Lemon and the pitch to Martin is a base hit for Billy to center. McDougald around second. He's heading to third. The Yankees have runners at the corners with nobody out here in the 6th. That is going to get the Indians bullpen going. And it's going to be Hal Newhouser and Ray Narleski. Lefty-righty double-barreled action in the Cleveland bullpen. Coming up here, or getting loose in the Cleveland bullpen, and it'll be Andy Carey coming to the plate. The Indians are going to move their infield in at all 4 spots here in the bottom of the 6th. Lemon the stretch and the pitch to Carey with Whitey Ford on deck. The pitch. Andy hit him. He just hit Andy Carey. Maybe it's some retribution, but at a funny time to get it. And the bases are loaded with Yankees and nobody out here in the 6th. Whitey Ford comes to the plate. Indians infield stays in. The stretch by Lemon, the pitch to Ford, is a line drive, and that is, well, does that get through? I'm going to say no, it doesn't, and that is a line out to Bobby Avila. 1 down in the Yankee 6th. Hank Bauer comes to the plate. Lemon the stretch, infield still in. The pitch is a ground ball hit to Rosen. He's going to come home for the force out to Hegan, and they get a sliding Gil McDougald at the plate. On the play, Martin goes to third, Carey goes to second, and Bauer is safe at first. They're loaded for Seaburn now. 2 outs. Mantle would be next. Lemon the stretch, and the pitch to Seaburn is drilled to center and deep. This is going to get over the head of Larry Doby. Scoring is Martin. Scoring is Carey. Are they going to waive Hank Bauer? That's the question on America's mind. Bauer is a 15. I believe Doby could throw a little bit. He is a -4, so that would make him a -2. They're going to wave Hank Bauer home. The relay coming from Strickland to Hegan is not in time. It's a bases clearing double for Norm Seaburn, and it's a 6-3 Yankee lead in the bottom of the 6th inning, and that's going to do it for Bob Lemon. We're going to see Hal Newhouser against Mickey Mantle. So Lemon is done. You can stick a fork in him after 5 2/3 innings. Newhouser is going to bat in the number 9 spot. Lemon goes 5 2/3. He allows 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 base hits. He walked 2 batters. He hit another and struck out 4. He allowed 6 runs. They're all earned, and Seaburn at second base is a potential 7th run. Hal Newhouser, of course, the former Detroit Tiger ace. That's not easy for me to say. And he had a 7-2 record in 1954 with a 2.51 earned run average and 7 saves. He's a lefty, of course. And they're going to walk Mickey Mantle with first base open and pitch to Yogi. So Mickey trots down to first. It'd be a lefty-lefty matchup here for Newhouser against Berra. The stretch and the pitch to Yogi is a little comebacker to Hal Newhouser. He's going to glove it and throw to Rosen, and the side is retired. But the Yankees do damage in the 6th. They get 3 runs on 3 hits, and they leave a couple. We go to the 7th, and your score is New York 6 and Cleveland 3. We're going to get a pinch hitter leading off the 7th for Cleveland. Batting for Newhouser will be outfielder Wally Westlake. So Newhouser's done after a third of an inning. In the Cleveland bullpen, it's Narleski and Mossy throwing. It's their short men. And Westlake will lead it off. He'll be followed by Al Smith and then Bobby Avila. The pitch to Wally is swung on by Westlake and hit to right. This is Hank Bauer. He pounds the glove and makes the catch for out number 1. Now it's Al Smith coming to the plate. The wind up by Whitey, and the delivery to Smith is hit to Martin at second. Billy gobbles that one up, and let's check and see if he boots it. He does not, and makes the play to Skowron for out number 2 in the 7th. Bobby Avila comes to the plate now. He's 1 for 3. Larry Doby would be next. Whitey Ford kicks and deals, and it's popped up. Foul territory. Yogi off with the mask and makes the catch for out number 3. Time to stretch them out in the Bronx with your score. The Yankees 6 and the Indians 3. New pitcher coming in from the bullpen for Cleveland, and that's going to be right-hander Ray Narleski. He is going to bat in the number 9 spot. Thought about putting Westlake in and taking Al Smith out, but I'm not going to do that. Narleski is going to pitch to Skowron, McDougald, and Martin, with Mossy still throwing in the Cleveland bullpen in the bottom of the 7th. Narleski kicks and delivers. Swung on and hit to Strickland at short. George is up with it and throws to Rosen for out number 1. They get Skowron by 14 steps. Gil McDougald is at the plate. Billy Martin on deck. The pitch to Gil is swung on and hit to right. It's a dying quail. Here comes Dave Philly, and he's got it for out number 2. Billy Martin up there now with nobody on base. Andy Carey on deck. Narleski winds and deals, and it's a ground ball hit to Avila at second. Bobby Avila is up with it and throws low to Rosen, who can't take it out. That's an error on the Indians' second baseman. Indians have had trouble defensively today, and it's cost them. Here's Andy Carey. Whitey Ford would be next. The stretch by Narleski, and the pitch to Carey is drilled to left and deep. Got a chance to get out of here. Smith to the wall, and it's gone. Andy Carey wraps one around the foul pole in left field and adds to the Yankee lead. It is now the Bombers 8 and the Indians 3. Whitey Ford comes to the plate. He's 1 for 3. Narleski deals. And Ford strikes out, and that'll end the Yankees' 7th, but they get a couple of unearned runs. The Yankees get a couple of unearned runs in the 7th, but the Yankees are going to accept them graciously. We go to the 8th, and your score is New York 8 and Cleveland 3. Whitey Ford will dance through the meat of the Indians' order in the 8th. It'll be Doby, Rosen, and Philly. Whitey Ford deals to Larry Doby, and it's a ground ball hit to Billy Martin at second. Billy gloves it to his left, throws to Moose Skowron, and there's one down in the Indians' 8th. Al Rosen up there now. He's 1 for 3. Ford kicks and deals. Popped him up. Behind home plate, Yogi Berra throws the mask away, and there's 2 down in the Indians' 8th. Dave Philly is 0 for 2. Rudy Regalado would be next. The pitch is a base hit for Dave Philly. 2-out single for the Indians brings up Regalado, and Strickland would be next. Ford the stretch, and the pitch to Rudy is swung on, and it is hit to left and deep by Regalado. Seaburn, warning track, wall, and it's gone. A 2-run bomb for Rudy Regalado cuts that Yankee lead to 8-5. And that's going to get action going in the Yankee bullpen. Rudy Regalado hit 2 dongs in 1954, and he's halfway there right now. In the Yankee bullpen, starting to throw is, well, it's Bob Grimm. That's one of our hurlers getting ready, and he is joined by left-hander Mickey McDermott. So it's lefty-righty double-barreled action for the Yankees here in the 8th inning. Whitey Ford still on the mound. Strickland 0 for 3. Jim Hegan would be next. The pitch to George Strickland is swung on and bounced to Martin at second. Billy the Kid gloves it. He is going to make the play to Skowron for out number 3. But in the 8th, the Indians cut into that lead. We go to the bottom of the 8th, and your score is New York 8 and Cleveland 5. We've got an unexpected slugfest in a game started by Bob Lemon and Whitey Ford. Narleski is coming out for his 2nd inning of work. He'll have the top of the Yankee batting order on his agenda. Bauer, Seaburn, and Mantle coming up as the Yankees look for insurance, or as they say in Central Illinois, insurance. The pitch by Narleski to Hank Bauer, I'll get it right, is drilled to center. Larry Doby on the run into right center. He makes the running catch for out number 1. Norm Seaburn up there now. He had the hit of the game with a bases clearing double in the 6th that put the Yankees up at that time 6-3. The wind and the delivery by Narleski to Seaburn. He walked him. 3rd time Seaburn's been on base, and Mickey Mantle comes up now. He's 1 for 2 with an intentional walk and an unintentional walk. Also, to his credit, Yogi Berra on deck. The stretch by Narleski and the pitch to Mantle. And hey, struck him out. Narleski got him with the cheese. 2 down in the 8th for Yogi Berra now, with Seaburn still at first. Skowron would be next. The pitch by Narleski, and that's drilled to right and deep by Berra. Philly drops everything and retreats to the wall, and it's gone. A 2-run bomb for Berra. It's 10-5 New York. Well, that's a big blast. 2nd home run given up by Narleski, and that'll bring up Skowron. The pitch from Narleski to Skowron is hit to 3rd. Rudy Regalado gloves this one to his left and fires to Rosen for out number 3. We have played 8. The Yankees in the bottom of the 8th get 2. On 1 hit, they don't leave anybody. Say it with me. Oh, those bases on balls. Indians have shot themselves in the foot repeatedly today. We go to the 9th with your score. The Yankees 10 and the Indians 5. We're going to get some pinch hitters coming for the Indians. Whitey Ford is going to try and finish the deal here and get the complete game. But the bullpen is going. We have new activity. McDermott is still throwing. He is joined by Tom Morgan now. Bob Grimm takes a seat in the Yankee pen. in case Whitey Ford has some trouble. All right, we're going to get a pinch hitter now for Hegan. And who is that going to be? That's going to be Hank Majeski. Sam Dente moves into the on-deck circle to bat for Narleski. And Dente, the anti-dentite, comes to the plate. So Dente will lead it off, and then Majeski. And then he'll be followed by Al Smith. So we have three right-handers coming up against Whitey Ford. The wind and the delivery by Whitey to Dente is a ground ball hit to McDougald at short. Gill charges, throws on the run to Skowron, and there's one out in the Cleveland ninth. Hank Majeski comes to the plate, batting for Narleski. The pitch. Swung on and hit to center. Can of corn for Mickey Mantle, and he's got it for out number 2. That makes Al Smith the last chance saloon for Cleveland. In this one, he's got an 0 for 3 day cooking. The pitch. Swung on by Smith and bounced to McDougald at short. Gill makes the play to his left. Plants and throws to Skowron, and the Yankees win this one 10-5. Let's give you the totals. All right, for the homestanding and victorious 1956 New York Yankees, 10 runs, 12 base hits, and they committed no errors. I think that's right. Yep, that is. The Indians, 5 runs, 7 base hits, and they committed 1 error, but Rudy Regalado and Bobby Avila both could have been charged with errors, more errors than that. The winning pitcher is Whitey Ford. He goes the distance. He struck out 7. And Bob Lemon is going to take the loss in this one. Star of the game, I'm giving it to Norm Seaburn. He hit a clutch bases loaded double in the 6th that put the Yankees in front to stay at that time. And it was a lead they did not relinquish. He put them in front to stay. All right, this is fun stuff. It's the Strat-O-Matic Diamond Gems. And in the description for this video is the link to channel membership. With my channel membership gets you more of this insanity, plus special reports that I create on the hobby, plus a free gift for me every month, plus discounts on the secondary store, $10 off per set, $2 off per team. So, thank you for being with me. Your final from New York, once more, the 1956 Yankees 10, the 1954 Indians 5. Have a great evening. So long, everybody.